the channel and the Beyond the Gates Watchers Club edition, episodes 48 and 49. For those of you watching, wasn't it good? Oh my goodness, everything just took place. And now that everything has been revealed, we got to double check and make sure that all those facts will check out. Wasn't it cruel the way the leak and lurch Leslie did her daughter? She did Eva so wrong. Eva was crying to get back in, and the woman had her like locked out the door. And on top of that, to add insult to injury and interference, she gonna go ahead and pack her bag and make her move on out. Wow, that was just cold, you know? And they had the nerve to go to the Dupree's residence and speak about this and that on love and stuff. Talking about my daughter need me right now, and she wasn't even, you know, trying to have the girl in the first place the way it looks like. She is so conflicted and so, she don't have anybody. And so jumping all around in the episodes, it was so good. I feel so bad for Nicole right now. And so she's going to have to source those things out. And she's handling it, you know. And I'm loving how Vanessa showed up for a friend and gave her a hug and all of that, you know. And, you know, Nicole's like, you know, she'll need to have some time to herself, you know, and stuff like that. And ended up that Andre ended up revealing, you know, it slipped out on how he knew about it. So, you know, it wouldn't be his fault. But I love the way that Nicole was handling things. And Danny, oh my gosh, Danny's on task. I tell you, got to watch Danny. She about business for her sister. So it's like, you know, she went to see Bill. You know, Bill is just so cold-blooded. Oh my gosh. And you would think that Haley would be waking up by now, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But she's standing there knowing she's just the main center of attention, and she thinks she got them all like that. So, hey, it's like, move on, Danny. Danny's been just like, wow. Looking forward to so many other things. And I love how Anita handled it and let the leak and lurch Leslie know, look at here. I just wasn't sure for that woman. I was like, y'all still let her come all up in there? She's still roaming about, ain't even bothering to leave town, and she's still planning on using things to her advantage. So it looks like she didn't even want Eva back in the day in the first place, and just been using her ever since. The girl has nowhere to turn. And with Ted not even knowing that he had a child, you know, and with him being the man that he is, you know, it's not like he's going to turn his back on her. But he did not know that. So there's so many things to check out for. And you know what else I'm wondering? I'm wondering about Shanice. Because, you know, all these things have occurred when they get to investigating a little bit further into the matter with trying to run that baby off the road on that motorcycle and all these other factors, putting that stuff in that lady's IV, you know, when she was Mona's daughter. Oh my goodness, I'm just waiting to see what the next dynamics are. And there's different storms brewing, I'm telling you. I'm looking forward to it. So just, it's going to take a while. It's going to take some time. And I love how Martin went over and had a word with his father, you know, but, you know, he's just upset. And so, you know, I love the way Ted said, love you, son. You know, it's just like, wow, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. And Kat, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Kat is like, wait a minute here, you know. And so when she had to leave out from having lunch with Tomas, I'm thinking, uh-oh, here come Tomas, you know. And so, you know, he's got his eye on, you know, being with Kat anyway. But then there's Eva lurking around. So with the situation like it is, he wants to be the lending ear. So I'm like, I'm looking like this, like, okay, what do you guys think about that? If you watch it closely, you know, there's so many dynamics out on the table. And so when Kat walked back in after having to leave and told Tomas could he just find them a table, she had to leave due to some shipping issues. She made it back, and when she did get back, there was Tomas sitting at the table with Eva, and she walked in on him, you know, grabbing her hand. It was like a good grip, you know, grip like, you know, I'm there for you and that kind of thing. He didn't even have to entertain it, but, you know, him being who he is at this particular time, I'm like, wait a minute now, because he works for Bill's firm. Then he's having this empathy for Eva, and then he's attracted to Kat. So I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go with that. So I'm just surprised that, again, that leak and lurch, Leslie, what is going to come of that? And it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out. So, on to the next episode. Stay tuned.